In association with Official Wrestling comes A Few Good Marks podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to A Few Good Marks. We are on FedWatch as we look back at all the action and news from the past month. I'm your host, Kieran, and I'm joined by Alex,
Hello.
Croft,
Hello.
and WILLO.
Hello.
You know what? You did it really nicely a couple of weeks ago.
Went well.
Oh,
Hiya.
didn't. No one just on the other side of the couch. Miles away from you. Yeah.
Well, I've got to be sat somewhere.
Just getting me back.
I've got trucker's arm as well.
Oh, God.
2 hours.
You're like a crab stick.
Anyway, so we have got a lot to talk about today. Not only are we talking about Backlash from last night, not only are we talking about the Greatest Royal Rumble, not only are we talking about the Superstar Shake-Up, but we've got the Raw and Smackdown after WrestleMania to cover as well. What do you think of that, lads?
Quite some distance.
It's a lot of things to do. First things first, though, I need to give a shout out and mention our brand new partnership with Infinite Promotions, who are a wrestling company based in the northwest of England. We are now covering running out of St. Helens. That's where they've got their training gym. We are now previewing and reviewing all of the future shows. Maybe doing a little bit here and there as well. The second Infinite Promotions podcast is coming out tomorrow, where myself and Kiefer are going over the results from this Saturday's show. But anyway, Raw after WrestleMania. So essentially, we're just going to cover call-ups and returns and the odd title change here and there. So first of all, Ember Moon.
She's so good.
Isn't she just?
Good.
She is so good.
Isn't she like?
Tell you
brilliant?
what though, she is not walking past 40 if she keeps doing the Eclipse. That's going to mess up her tailbone.
Yeah. Like a cocksick.
Yeah.
It's got the same things that happens to her, what happened to Nikki Bella, where her finisher just ruined her.
How did the TKO ruin Nikki Bella?
That was
She
the
doing
rack attack, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
So she had people on her neck, kept
Yeah.
dropping to her knees, and eventually the strain got so bad.
So that's why she had
broke her
to
neck in half. She was wrestling on a broken neck for like a year, wasn't
Broke my
she?
freaking neck.
No Way Jose called up.
Yeah.
What a boy.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? Right, I listened to Dave Meltzer of all people. I listened to his explanation, and it's like at house shows, he gets people on their feet.
Ah, yes.
Like, and he's just a really fun person to have, like on a show, and it's like fair enough.
It's like the Adam Rose effect, isn't it?
Sort of, but better
He
because
is new Adam Rose.
he's even more charismatic than Adam Rose ever was.
I don't know. At the
Oh,
height
he's so
of the
much
Rosebud
more.
thing, it was...
Let's put it this way: he's probably not going to get into a feud with a rabbit.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
So there we go.
That'd probably be a good feud for him.
Probably wouldn't kill his career like he did for Adam Rose. Poor Adam Rose. So
Poor
much
Adam
potential.
Jeff Hardy's back.
Hey, good for him.
That was cool. And then Paige retired. Oh,
Oh.
it was really sad. Everyone's like,
Adrian!
oh God, don't. Still having nightmares.
Never forget.
It was really sad. Really, like we all knew it was coming.
At least they've given the SmackDown position. As a female, I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody other than Stephanie McMahon, everyone hates Stephanie McMahon, so having a face female general manager, I think will be really good for.
It's also a first because Vicky Guerrero was heel as well.
I know.
And I don't think they've had many other female
they
GMs. Bobby Lashley's back! My boy!
Yeah, man.
My boy!
Lashley.
He's back! I'm so
Is
happy.
he in town?
No, not unlike Thin Lizzy.
The thing is, though, he's been back a month. He's not done either of his finishes, and we've still not heard him speak.
I'm sure he's done Dominator.
Did he do a Dominator?
I swear he's done a
Last night.
Dominator.
Did he what?
He spoke last night.
Did he speak last night? Ah, okay. Well, come on, that was a month.
Yeah, true.
What's his finisher?
The Dominator,
On the spear.
which is where he gets them on his shoulder with their belly facing up and then plants them on the
Farouk's
ground.
old move, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Good move.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back.
Speaking of moves that aren't good, Authors of Pain with the is it the bookend chapter? I don't know.
The last chapter.
That's the one.
It's an awful finish.
They need to change it.
They
was
used to
alright.
have the Super Collider, which is the double power bomb, and now they've got the last chapter, which is, in case you've not seen the last chapter, Akam does a Russian leg sweep.
Yeah.
And Razor clotheslines them.
Yeah, it's shit.
It's a standard.
It's
Russian
so-
leg sweep is just the most boring move in all
For
of
a
them.
finisher.
It looks like it
For a
hurts the
finisher.
person giving it more
Yeah.
than...
Because you've got your arm behind them, you'd ruin your elbow.
Yeah,
It's awful. These are two massive dudes.
they
And they got
need
rid
to
of
change
Paul
that.
Ellering.
And they got rid of-
Well, yeah, but Paul
Ellering-
Ellering, I don't think it's because of the touring schedule.
It is the touring schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul Ellering.
It's
They
good
could
for
have
us,
just appeared on actual Raws.
Well, that's
Once
the
a
thing.
week, innit?
True.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
have to do house shows.
He's really, really ill, apparently.
He's
And-
also really, really old.
Yeah, hence why he's so ill.
Tends to happen when you get older.
Oh,
Is he old because he's ill?
Well, it's unsolved mysteries on a few good marks. But I think, like, with NXT, because it was in Full Sail every week, you could just kind of live in Florida and it was okay.
Which is where most people in America tend to live.
Yeah, it's true.
According to a lot of American TV that I watch.
They kind of wheeled into Full Sail every week and got him home. Now, I've got a lot of respect for Paul Aaron.
Yeah,
I think he's very much paid his dues in the industry. He can work whatever damn schedule he wants to.
There we go.
Good for him.
And the last one for Raw after Mania is Samoa Joe's back.
On SmackDown?
Yeah, I was about
Pretty damn good.
to get to that, but he returned on Raw, and
Did he return on Raw?
He returned on Raw, talked to Roman, which set up what happened at Backlash.
Forgot all about
which
that.
we'll talk about in a bit. And yeah, so Samoa Joe's back, which is boss.
Good.
On SmackDown after Mania, point we've already kind of covered, which is Paige the new SmackDown General Manager. Hey.
This is good. Good replacement for Daniel Bryan. I thought.
Absolutely.
I thought I would have liked to have seen Mark Henry in it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He's too quiet. He lets his wrestling do.
Yeah,
Like,
true. He's like, and whenever he does,
But that's what he does.
Yeah, but as a general manager, you need somebody that's like going to be really, really good on the mic.
I don't know. He's
good
got a lot
on
left
the.
in the
He's
tank.
good on
Yeah,
the
he's got
mic,
a
but
lot left in the tank.
Yeah. If he came out in that pink salmon jacket and started doing retirement speech Mark Henry as a general manager, I would love that.
yeah. Did you see him at his son at the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
He was actually wearing a pink salmon
You
jacket.
should put Edge as a general manager.
That might be
and
cool.
Christian.
Edge on Raw or Christian on SmackDown.
Oh, I'd like that.
Oh, why hasn't that been done yet?
I'd like
Maybe
that
they're saving
very
it. Maybe
much.
they're saving it for when they're a bit older.
Edge on SmackDown and Lita on Raw.
See, because Matt's on Raw, so you can't really do that.
Last sex celebration every month.
The next one, the next,
Promotional.
the next thing was kind of both of these things happened in the same sort of segment. So yeah, so the Iconics are iconic duo, and on SmackDown, what do you make of the name change?
The reason for this is because another company already has copyright for the Iconic duo,
Oh really?
so they changed it to double I Iconics.
Iconics.
Yeah.
One of them is going to turn
Iconics.
soon.
I really hope it's Peyton Royce.
Peyton will be a great face.
Peyton's
no, she'd
the-
be such a better face.
True.
She's cuter, and the other one she looks
Damn
like
right she is.
Yeah, Billy Kay. I would much prefer Billy Kay to be the heel.
Yeah,
and
true.
Peyton to be the face.
Very true. And then, so the Iconics came out, interrupted Charlotte after she was like, hey, I beat Asuka, hey, look at me. Beat her down. And then Carmella cashed in, and Carmella is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Which of course, doing this podcast in the beginning of May, where people have had a month to, like, this isn't real news, we're just covering this because we have to.
She is such a good heel.
You know what really pissed me off about this was the referee. He was just like, you want to cash this in?
I
Do you want
hated
I was
that.
like,
I think that was a botch, because you could see her face, and Charlotte was getting upset.
I think it must have been the ref ribbing on her. Had to have
Realised
been.
that the ref wasn't ready, so then collapsed back down again, so she could rather than sell up, so she was ready to take the kick, and she was getting up, realised that it wasn't going on, goes like that, and then
the ref,
dropped
it was
again.
taking the piss. It
Yeah,
was.
Stupid.
It was taking the piss.
And what winds me up is if this was the first ever cash-in, okay, but we've had 10 years of this now.
Of
Money
men's
in the bank.
cash-ins, yeah, this is the first ever women's cash-in as well.
Well, it's not like it's a different system.
No, it's not. No, it's not at
Especially
all.
when she's teased it as well, they've been quicker to go, are you cashing in? there's the briefcase.
Yeah, it just
something's
took.
happened to stop
It
the
just
cashing,
took
but
a lot out of the
just
moment.
Took away from
It took a lot out of
It
the
turned
moment.
into a bit of a comedy moment with the ref. It was like the ref was trying to get his 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, which
But John Cone beat
pick
you to
your
it.
fucking time, mate.
John Cone beat you to it by literally getting his son on WrestleMania. Stop having the refs getting themselves over segments now.
Yeah, this is true. So Carmella's the new SmackDown Women's Champion, but we had to cover that because it does play into fact in Backlash.
I really love that so much. The night after she beat Asuka, like, nope, I'm having your title.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good way to do it as
I
well.
preferred it the night after rather than on the night.
On the night, yeah,
Like,
like someone predicted.
At least she had that night to bask in the glory of defeating Asuka.
Yeah.
To then now. But what I don't like is that now Asuka's been getting thrown in tag matches, and fair enough, she's not the one getting pinned, but their team are losing. When Asuka used to,
it was always
she was on
them
the
winning.
streak, she always got the pin. And I think just because Charlotte's beaten her, don't mean that they should now play like, oh, she's undefeated, she's beaten now, we can keep beating her again.
Yeah,
Really
true.
stupid.
That is
Like
good. But WWE aren't that smart in booking. We can't all be progress.
Charlotte's done nothing with the fact she's beat Asuka either. It's not
Especially
her
now
fault.
that she's lost clean as a whistle on
To Carmella.
Backlash.
Yeah, which we will get to very shortly. So before we get all to that, we've still got 2 more segments to go through, guys.
Quick note while we're on the subject of Carmella.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of insider news for you.
I've also heard this.
Insider information.
John Cena and Nikki Bella having broken up.
Yes, which
There
we
have
also
been
which
reports of John Cena hooking up with one of the cast of Total Divas. It's apparently Carmella.
Yeah, apparently.
Now here's one for
Did you not know that? I heard that today. Which is why John Cena posted the heel turn picture on his Instagram, was because he's been getting a lot of heat off a lot of the girls because he's just gone
Weren't she getting a lot of heat off the girls though?
yeah.
Nikki is like the most respected female talent backstage. Even though everyone all the Marks fans are like, oh, Nikki's shit. She's one of the most respected talents.
Probably because she's been there the longest.
I know, but still, and she's like, have you ever watched?
She was on top as well.
She actually is dead nice. Like from what I've seen, I know that reality TV is still kind of a fake, but from what I've seen, she is probably the kind of girl I would want to hang about with.
She's really
it's all
talented
about
as well.
Louis Vuitton, all about Christina Louis. She's so materialistic. She is so like me, and I just think she's dead nice. I would not do that to her.
Didn't a similar situation happen before this with John Cena? Wasn't someone seeing someone and then John Cena got involved?
Maria, I think, back
It
in
was
the day.
Mickey James.
Mickey
When
James.
she was seeing Johnny Morrison.
Oh, yeah.
She cheated on him with John Cena.
John's big snatch, John.
Dog. No,
Big
not
snatch,
dog.
John.
Moving on.
The point I wanted to make was Carmella's first feud on the main roster was Nikki Bella.
Oh.
And they say WWE can't do long-term booking.
Wow.
So is it true?
It's
a highly odd sort of thing, rumour.
lots of accusations.
Lots of accusations.
I'm not going to pass my judgment on it.
No.
But
there we
it's
go.
one of those things.
There we go.
Oh my god, a Wikipedia says, when you go on personal life, she also has a sister named Brianna, who is 2 years younger. Recently, she stole John Cena from Nikki Bella. That is on her Wikipedia page already.
Wow, people on the internet are savage these days.
Absolutely.
Moving on. Anyway, to the Superstar Shake-Up. So, what I'll do with this is, do you want me to read the entire list of Raw and then we can go through it, or do you want to do it one by one?
I'm still fuming. No wonder she's got the women's title.
One by one, or should we go through this entire list?
I reckon we do it. Do the full list and we'll pick out.
Okay, so moved over and called up to Raw were Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh. Was that Singh? Sunil Singh. That's it. The entirety, all 3 members of the Riot Squad, Owens and Zayn, after being given a contract by Stephanie McMahon.
That made no sense because the week before
It was just, I think it worked because it made them do that and blah blah blah. They could have done it better, and the longer run off would have worked more. But it worked with having Steph give them it because that's just because
said no.
because Kurt said no, and Steph's like, screw you, you beat me at the other thing, I'm going to undermine you and give them a contract anyway.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It wasn't explained amazingly well. It was very much brushed over.
I think the Kurt thing was basically just so they could get the TNA popping.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is the first time TNA's ever been scripted mention in TNA in WWE. First time ever. Zack Ryder, Breezango, Natalia.
I liked that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's purely just so they can put someone with. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm bored of her in general, to be honest. But there we go. Mojo.
Fanny popped out at WrestleMania.
Yeah. When she got thrown out of the women's battle royal, she landed pants split right in the crotch.
There's pics.
There are pics.
Oh dear, Natalia.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh dear. R.I.P.
Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler took over the Raw because, let's be honest, that's okay. He wasn't doing anything on SmackDown. Drew fucking McIntyre!
I'm buzzing for this.
Oh, Drew's back. Oh boy.
I love Drew McIntyre and I like them together because they got the best tag team finisher in the Fed at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it?
Ziggler does the Claymore.
Oh,
Sorry, Ziggler does the
Claymore?
zigzag and
Yeah.
he hits him with the Claymore as they drop.
Excellent.
Really good.
Baron Corbin got moved over to Raw.
Good.
Thoughts?
I like it.
I'm
hoping the main event scene transition somewhere down the line.
It'd be very interesting to see him feud with Braun at one point.
Yes, Braun and Roman. I think it would work very
Yeah,
well.
Roman as well. Roman would be a
And
very
Joe,
good
for
one.
that matter.
Well, Joe's now on.
Oh yeah, he's on SmackDown. Isn't he?
Also, Mike Kanellis. Okay.
Okay then.
Okay.
Mike Kanellis came out recently and said WWE.
He came out. He's just on a bit with Maria. Bloody hell!
He said
You turn, isn't it?
WWE aren't doing Mike Kanellis wrong. Speaking in the third person.
All right.
So he's happy with the direction he's going in. A lot of people are
Well,
saying
he's
it's
getting
been
a fat
wasted.
paycheck from it, so...
Exactly.
And he's sat at home getting paid.
This is true.
So he's happy.
Yeah.
No, don't blame him. The Ascension got moved over.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank God. I hope the talk's taking them seriously, to be honest.
Nah.
I really hope so, because they were so good in NXT, man. They were so good.
I've been missing these guys out. Breezango got moved over.
No,
He did say
that.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. That proves how important they are. Bobby Roode is right.
Yeah.
He needs something.
Yeah.
Short of going back to NXT or dropping a few pounds and going to 205 Live, I suppose this is the best thing for him.
Yeah, pretty much. And Chad Gable, which is good considering now he and Jason Jordan are on the same brand. Frees up Shelton Benjamin to just kind of work
Do
with other younger
something.
guys. Yeah.
Shelton needs to do something. It was a year ago he got brought back and he's done nothing with him, which is a shame.
They won the titles at one point, didn't they?
Yeah, but come on.
Oh well.
Nothing though, was it?
No, not really. And then on SmackDown, The Miz got moved over, which was quite a good pop considering it was asked for by Daniel Bryan, which means that we're pretty much getting that match at SummerSlam.
Pretty good.
That is what is happening.
I'm okay with
which
that.
is what everyone wanted about a year ago, and now we're getting it, which is good. Jeff Hardy, who beat Jinder for the US title on Raw, then got moved over to SmackDown. Yeah, excellent. Why not? They're gonna start pushing Jeff Hardy back into the main event scene. Absolutely, why not?
All for it.
Absolutely. Absolution got brought over, which is Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, to be with Paige on SmackDown. Smudjo got moved over.
Interesting point on Absolution. Sorry I wasn't quick enough to jump in before you said Samoa Joe.
It's alright.
The salaries of the female wrestlers got released recently.
Oh.
All of Absolution and all of the Riot Squad, I believe, are on the same salary, which is 80k.
Okay.
Apart from Sonya Deville, who's on 100k.
Wow.
Really?
Which is interesting.
Did anybody notice how they're booking Ruby Riott really highly recently?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because she's really talented, I think.
Paige! Wow! You could not have said that any more sarcastically.
No, she's alright.
Okay.
I just don't like her.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't like
She's
that.
good, I just don't like her.
Okay.
I, don't like her
I
in NXT.
genuinely thought you were taking the piss.
No, not at all. She's really talented in the same way that Roderick Strong is really talented. Doesn't mean I have to like him.
This is true. Fair play. So Samoa Joe got brought over. What do we think? Like Joe versus Jeff Hardy now, going in for the title, or Joe versus Rusev.
Oh, I like Joe versus
I'd like
Rusev.
Joe versus Rusev.
That's a bit of a bags of meat match, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Lovely
Bulgarian
stuff.
butchers
Lovely
match.
stuff. Bags of meat. Sanity got brought up.
Good.
Thank God.
Finally.
Not Nikki Cross, however.
Good. I think
Because I
she's
think she's going to go for the NXT Women's.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it's a gimmick change for her because she has the worst gimmick
Yeah.
in the film
I'm
right now.
insane. I'm Scottish.
I'm crazy.
Whoa.
But I do a swinging fisherman's net breaker as my finisher instead of just fucking...
You robbed me move, you bitch!
If she's mad, she should just nut them.
Would be a good finisher.
Well, it should be her only move.
All the headbutts.
How's she not capable of speech, but capable of hooking her arm around the neck and hooking the inside leg?
Because she's a professional wrestler, Liam.
She's also off her nuts. Doesn't make any sense.
Some of the Wild Samoans.
It's true.
And
They did just nut them, though.
Jimmy Snuka was a savage,
It's true.
allegedly.
And he jumped off top ropes.
He did also allegedly kill someone.
Exactly,
So-
that's how much of a savage he is.
Swiftly moving on! Big Cass got brought over and is feuding with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, good. Goody gumdrops.
We'll get to that. Trust me. Asuka got moved over, which seemed about right. Ronda Rousey's now on Raw. She's the big star that they're pushing on Raw. So it seems right that, like, if you're going to have two, like Charlotte and Asuka, don't get me wrong, are like two of the best and a thingy, but in terms of star power, Ronda does outshine both of them.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
it's better keeping the two of them over. And whereas Sasha and Bayley are still huge, but their star power's died down ever so slightly, so it's fine having I think it's fine having Ronda
I reckon
on that as well. Anderson and Gallows, I was good about this. They split up Balor Club.
It was
Gutted.
for 1 week, really, wasn't it? It was like a...
I was happy that they split up the Miz Taraj.
Same. It's good
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Dallas and Axel. And
Yeah.
The Miz, for that matter.
Very true. Yeah, no, but now I guess they're gonna go with AJ. They're gonna reform the club.
I also
AJ.
reckon, speaking of Dallas and Axel, they're going to join the Bray Wyatt Matt Hardy thing.
Oh really? Do you reckon? Let's go
Well,
to
Bo Dallas is Bray's brother.
This is true.
So I reckon while they're
And they're
doing
gonna join the
nothing with
Woken
them,
universe.
and they're on the same brand, they're probably going to bring him in.
That's quite cool.
Can I tell you
would
what
be
I
cool.
loved? When,
Is it relevant to this?
yeah, when
Okay.
it was just a segment, when Jeff was having that
Oh, the
match with, he was tagging with Balor and Rollins, and then he started speaking like all broken to Matt, and then
no, they were backstage.
him and Seth just was like, "What are you doing?"
And then
And
he
then
just
have you
shrugs.
seen that meme where it says when you're out with your friends, and then your friend starts talking to someone that you don't know,
Yeah.
and then it's literally like I was creasing out.
Yeah, it was a good segment. It was good.
Did you also see Matt Hardy on Twitter sharing the Titus falling under the ring gift, saying, "I would welcome you to the Woken universe, tattered Titus." Which is what
Brilliant.
I'm hoping. For.
Croft, your opinions on this next one? The Bar on SmackDown.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Usos feud, please,
Oh.
please now, begging
Or New Day.
both.
Both. All of them.
So I'm hoping Sanity feud with New Day at some point down the line.
That'd be good. R-Truth as well, who somehow is still of the company. He's
Hey,
he's
all
on
right,
SmackDown.
R-Truth.
Oh, he's an easy boy. Alex's boy.
He's everyone's boy.
Alex's boy.
R-Truth.
And Andrade Cien Almas, baby!
This I nutted for.
Oh, God. The world is about to find out what everybody who's been watching NXT for the past, 2-3 months is going
Almas,
to know.
in about 4 matches, got into my top 5 of all time.
I know, he's amazing, isn't he?
Fantastic.
He's so good.
Really hoping
With
he
Selena
do something-
Vega as well.
Yeah, with Selena Vega especially. But I'm hoping he gets a mid-card title push at some point.
Oh, my
and
word.
then to the world title. hopefully.
Absolutely. Right, so let's we've been on this podcast 24 minutes now. Let's talk about the greatest Royal Rumble, folks.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Let's talk about this. So I feel like I'm going to skim through these dead quick.
Which is okay, because
Yeah,
it's basically
absolutely.
what they did with the booking for the pay-per-view.
Pretty much. John Cena defeats Triple H in the opening match.
Decent match.
Yeah, it was a decent match. It was nice to hear John Cena get a genuine pop for once. Cedric Alexander defeated Kalisto for the Cruiserweight title.
Possible match of the night, that.
Yeah, it was good. Bray and Matt defeated the Bar to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Hopefully now they can rebuild that division the same way that SmackDown have around the Usos.
I hope so.
Jeff Hardy defeated Jinder Mahal to retain the US title. Bludgeon Brothers destroyed the Usos to retain the SmackDown titles. Rollins defeated Balor, Miz, and Samoa Joe in a ladder match to retain.
How good was that finish?
The finish was
amazing,
mate.
Amazing
How stable
finish.
must those ladders be? That's all I.
That or the agility of him to
finish?
get
I've
it
not seen
spot on.
Did you not see it?
Balor was climbing
I've
up.
not watched it. I've not watched British Royal Rumble yet.
Oh,
Balor was
my
climbing up.
word.
And then
Was it a good
Rollins
show?
jumps
The
onto the
show
ladder.
wasn't. The
I'll
IC
show
title
you
match
it.
finish was incredible.
It was amazing. He springboards onto the ladder, climbs up, and rips the title away from Balor.
Like as Balor's
as he's
fingertips
going up,
away from him.
he just comes up,
Oh,
Rollins
I've
grabs.
seen a gif for that.
Yeah,
Actually,
amazing. Absolutely
I'm hoping for a heel
phenomenal.
turn for Balor for that. It's the only logical direction I can see it going.
Yeah, AJ Styles and Nakamura went to a double countout. We will get to cover AJ and Nakamura in just a bit. Undertaker defeated Rusev in a casket match. It was what it was.
That was a fun little match, that.
Yeah, it was alright.
Was it?
It was fun. It wasn't good.
That's actually one the only reasons I wanted to watch it.
It wasn't good, but it was fun.
This one is interesting because Brock Lesnar defeated Roman Reigns to retain the Universal title in a cage match, but did he?
This was bullshit.
This was
he did.
they've centered.
He didn't.
Well, he didn't because Reigns' feet did touch the floor first.
The rules are of cage matches, Royal Rumbles, anything where you have to exit something.
Yeah, your feet
or
have to
stay
touch
in,
the
your
floor
feet has
first.
to touch the floor. They were saying it all through the night and all through the match.
Yep.
Both feet have to touch the floor.
And
as soon
then,
as
but then
the
even
finish
like,
happens,
but then like
they've backpedaled.
they've had the referee come out and say, "Oh, sorry, I made a mistake." I was like, "Well,
Give the title to Reigns then.
well, yeah, if that's how it worked."
If it was a legitimate sport and they came out and said, made a mistake there.
Well, no, because in football, if a ref will come out and say, "Yeah, sorry, I made a mistake," they're not going to re-award the full.
No, but if it's something like the Olympics, or if it's something like a track and
boss.
field event.
But then they just strip. They don't
Yeah.
re-award. I've never seen anything be re-awarded.
But they should strip him then.
They're not going to strip Brock Lesnar.
No, but they should.
Do you know what the best?
story?
Do you know what the best part was when he speared him through it? You just see like the very weak cable ties snapping off. They were holding the cage up. I was just like, well played. Cheap values, excellent. And Braun won the greatest Royal Rumble, 50 men. Braun, the three things I've got from this, because I didn't include any of the NXT people, because the one apart from Roderick Strong took a night. That's pretty much it. Who got Roy in? That's,
There was some other fella. Bobby Yeager, something.
Babatunga, something like that.
That's the one. Who was that?
No idea. Some new guy.
I did see the
was
gif
that?
of the Yokozuna guy. The big
Oh,
fat guy.
yeah.
Oh, him.
Hilarious.
Can't
This is the
remember
story
his
that the guy who was organising it, asked for it in Saudi Arabia, asked for all these different people. One of them was including, he asked for Yokozuna.
Mhm.
And the Ultimate Warrior.
And the Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah,
like,
dead.
not realising that both of them are now dead.
I love the idea that they're still, like, chronologically in Saudi Arabia, they're getting tapes from 90s WWE. And they
He
think that's
must,
today.
he must be up to somewhere maybe about like 93, 94-ish now.
Yeah.
Where like, oh no, it must
But then
be
how do they know
96,
John
because they
Cena
were in
isn't?
the company in 96.
There you go.
Then
They're
I
still
don't-
talking about WrestleMania 9 and all
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
They're still outraged.
Mm.
But yeah, so Braun wins. Braun has now broken the record for most eliminations. Absolutely, he should do. 13 men eliminated. Fuck you, Roman.
I mean, technically though, I mean, if you're talking about percentages, surely it's like easier for Braun to eliminate.
Yeah, there was more men, I guess.
Yeah.
But you'd have to.
He
You'd
came
have
in
to see
quite
how
late
many
in the
people.
match,
Yeah,
though.
true.
I think he was 27. Maybe later. He was
Maybe way later.
actually.
Way later.
Maybe
way later.
37, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Daniel Bryan is now the Royal Rumble Iron Man with 1 hour, 16 minutes and 5 seconds in the ring.
Really, really
Insane.
impressive.
I don't think that will ever be broken unless there's another Greatest Royal Rumble that happens to go longer and someone goes.
Which
from
there
one-
will be because they've
Yeah.
signed a deal for 10 years.
There's going to be one with like
it's just-
100 wrestlers on it one day.
Oh, the
Just one hour.
greater Royal Rumble.
So it won't be broken for a while. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
My only other note on the Greatest Royal Rumble, we have to cover this. Titus, incredible.
Highlight
see
of the
this?
night.
Yeah, I see that.
Highlight of the night.
Incredible. It was worth it just to hear the commentators crack up over it.
Corey was
Lost
freezing.
all era of professionalism, and it was just, Michael Cole was just, we've got to see, just show me that on repeat. Just show me it on repeat.
Cole didn't know there was a replay coming, and
No.
he saw it on the monitor. He's like, "Oh, here's the replay."
It was so good.
Did you hear what Vince's reaction to this was?
You replay it over and over again.
Vince was creasing backstage.
He loved it.
Titus came backstage, he gave him a pat on the back and
A
said,
handshake.
"Well done,
Yeah.
great job."
Because he just got back up and carried on.
Sure, Vince, when there's a time for comedy, he loves it.
Oh, he loves his comedy, does Vince. Sometimes it's not in the greatest of tastes, but he does love his comedy.
He does love his comedy.
Oh, and there we go. So that was the greatest Royal Rumble. It was a fun little show. Would have been nice if we'd all got to watch it together, which never happened. But but never mind.
But we would have all been disappointed.
Yes, it's true. Well, I mean, we're
Still the greatest SummerSlam to come.
the greatest Survivor Series is next.
Oh yeah, greatest Survivor.
It's Survivor Series that's next. So anyway, we are now half an hour into this podcast. Finally, we can get on to Backlash. But before then, predictions. So going into this, Candy was our champion, our predictions champion after WrestleMania, and Alex was our Virgil card of shame holder.
Didn't Candy get longest reign?
Candy has got longest reign now. Yes.
Well done, Candy.
Yeah, well played, mate, for the longest reign for now. However, Virgil, our new Virgil card of shame holder, have you got it?
I
Nope.
didn't get given it.
You still got it?
Still have it.
Well, you've got it. You might as well keep it, mate, because it's you.
I'm proud.
I mean, you got four correct, I believe.
I think it was less than that.
I believe I haven't got the time to check the actual thing, but I think it was about 4.
It was pretty poor.
It was
Not gonna
low.
lie.
It was low. Not unlike your boys, who for the first time ever has become the outright predictions champion. Thank you.
Well done.
Hold the
fellas.
applause.
Champion, maybe.
First time ever, because the first two times I'd won it had been first time I won it co with Willow, co with Candy, defended it at Royal Rumble, won. I retained.
Win. I'm bored of not winning now.
Well, you technically you do win. You just win the shitter version, which is the Virgil card of shame.
It's really nice when it lasts. I had a Survivor Series and then we changed to doing it every pay-per-view and I lost it again. I was gutted.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm holding this till Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, you lost it. Was it Clash of Champions?
I lost it the next
Yeah, you
pay-per-view.
lost it Clash of Champions to me and Candy.
I think I got the card of shame.
Yeah, you did actually.
Yeah.
Or did you? No, you didn't. You got card of shame at Elimination Chamber.
I'm happy to have it again.
And it is yours again. So I'm now the predictions champion.
Well done, lad.
Bask in my glory.
Speaking of which, apparently they've signed Keith Lee.
Who, the Fed?
Yeah,
Have they?
they have.
This is
Bask in his
interesting.
greatness.
Bask in his greatness. What a guy. There's
What
a
a
reason.
guy.
Well, I think he got to the final of the. Oh no, he couldn't have done. He was at the semi-final of the super strong styles 16, which Progress held this past weekend. It's a big tournament. They have every May Day bank holiday, and he got to the semi-final against Zack Sabre Jr., who went on to win it.
Well done, fella.
Well done, and also well done, Zack. That's a really prestigious tournament now. Really prestigious. Who the last 4 winners of that tournament are now?
Pete Dunne,
No.
Tyler.
No. Just stop. Just stop guessing.
You don't know.
I have no
So
idea.
Zack Sabre Jr. won
Hulk
it this.
Hogan.
Zack.
Yokozuna. Hills Warrior.
So Zack Sabre Jr. won it this year.
Virgil.
Travis Banks won it last year, who's a New Zealand superstar who I can more than imagine seeing in WWE in a very short amount of time. Aleister Black won it the year before that,
Ooh.
and Will Ospreay won it the year before that as well. So, like, the prestigious people, prestigious, none the way. You look at what especially the Ospreay and Aleister Black, see what they're doing now, and Travis Banks is only going to go on to bigger things after that. He's currently the Progress World Champion as well, so he's only going to go on to huge things. It's Travis Banks versus Zack Sabre Jr. at Wembley now.
Oh, right.
And they also announced Will Ospreay against Jimmy Havoc, who had like this amazing rivalry in Progress. I watched the video on it. It's an incredible story, and they're now facing each other at Wembley as well.
Good stuff.
Like, it's like that. Like if
Card's looking pretty good.
yeah, I really want to go to that show. Really want to go to that show. We'll have to see if there's any tickets left. Anyway, Backlash. So didn't watch the pre-show because I couldn't be bothered. But
No,
but
I was
regret.
asleep for the
But
pre-show.
I wasn't even awake for the entire thing. I went to bed. I was knackered. I was just too tired. Didn't stay awake for that. I watched it the next day. But anyway.
You know why I told it? It was last night that the spider crawled across me, so never mind.
Because that's relevant.
You know, because I was going to say, well, I was, because the spider crawled across me, but it was actually last night, so.
Okay. So Ruby Riott defeated Bayley. which is all I've got to say on that. So, the first match was for the Intercontinental title, Seth Rollins against The Miz.
Best match.
Best match of the night.
Best match.
Best
match.
Of the night. Easily.
I would say so.
Easily.
Speaking of Nats, apparently the producer for that was Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the boy knows what he's doing.
Says it all, really, doesn't it?
Knows what he's doing. I was so surprised when Rollins kicked out of 2 skull crushing finales. So, for like that is how you do it. You don't build up to something for an entire year and have someone kick out 5 of them.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't. This is how you do it.
I still didn't like this.
What?
Not
was
the match in
amazing.
general, just the kicking out the 2 skull. I hate kicking out finishes in general.
I think when he kicked out the first one, everyone was like, "Oh wow, that's impressive." When he kicked out the second one, wow! And you do it for a good payoff.
Nah, see,
Because they're on separate brands now. They're not going to meet for a while. That puts Rollins over as this huge competitor. Like now that makes
they are
Rollins look like
bigging
a
him up.
$1 million, which they are absolutely.
Really big in it.
Absolutely, they are. So
I just don't like the kicking out finisher stuff, especially when it's already a weak looking finisher like Skull Crushing Finale.
you would think, but in kayfabe, Skull Crushing Finale is actually really strong because the Miz generally tends to win.
Yeah,
with it.
that's true.
Which is why when everyone was like, "Oh, but Brock Lesnar beat Braun with 1 F5," but that's the point. It was to make that move look incredibly strong, putting Braun away with it. But then they fucked it up at WrestleMania with having Roman kick out 5 of them
And still losing.
If you don't compare it to the Roman and Brock thing, though, if you put that out in this question, I think that they're trying to make Seth look really strong as a babyface because the last time he looked this strong was back when he was with the Authority and had the money in the bank.
True.
And that was as a heel, so I think they need to build up his credibility.
True. They've got this "Burn It Down" chant, which is going through now as well, which is really good. It was like it's a better version of the spear chant that Edge had.
Yeah.
It's like "Burn it down." It's like it's good.
Yeah.
It's like they're getting that slowly getting that over.
They've sort of restarted with Rollins a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, they've kind of hit reset.
Yeah, it feels like
I-
a hard reset
well
for
as,
him.
like a bit of a reset.
I really, really hope that he is main eventing next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because I think he needs to be. I think he needs to drop the Intercontinental after he's had a good few months run with it, and then go straight into the main title picture because he is the top talent at the minute. Like I think so. Anyway, that might be just because I'm partial to Seth Rollins, but I honestly think that he is the best talent at the minute, especially with the way he's been booked at least.
Yeah.
I think now that he has the Intercontinental, I reckon he should hold it until Survivor Series, or maybe even Royal Rumble next year and win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Drop it at the Rumble, win the match, and then go to Mania with it.
Yeah, that's how I'd
do that as well, actually. Yeah.
With Reigns as Universal Champion and go for it. I think it'd be a nice round off to the Shield story as well.
Yeah, that would be nice. Absolutely. The next match
I'd
was.
also- sorry, just
go on, that's alright. I do the same
I'd
thing.
add 10 Roman for that then.
I would.
That's how I would 10 Roman.
Absolutely.
I think
Roman would be a
Well-
good vice for
Rollins.
Seth Rollins as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. We'll come on to.
Because he takes loads of but he'll just take people.
Yeah.
Apparently, Roman Reigns is the guy that'll just take people's moves. Do you know what I mean? It's like he doesn't have many to do, but he's don't mind being the bump monkey. Because Seth Rollins is quite flashy and has a lot of shit to get in. I think it'll be a nice balance between the two.
But it's a nice contrast as well. Even like just looking at them, like Roman's like a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like a big Rollins, but leveled up, isn't he?
Yeah.
We'll speak more about
Next evolution.
about Roman when we get to it.
It's a mystery.
So next was Alexa Bliss against Nia Jax for the
shit.
Raw Women's title. Like I like these two as competitors, but I hated the storyline.
I like their match at WrestleMania.
Hated the storyline. Like I get it's for kids,
Alexa Bliss,
but
he was awful. And Nia's shine was rubbish. And then it absolutely shocked me that Nia is 5 times bigger than Alexa Bliss. And that's not me making it
she is.
No, she is.
She's miles bigger than her.
Physically, yeah.
And she got no proper comeback, like no proper fire bump and feed. She caught the twisty, which was a really good way to end the match, I thought. Like, she didn't even stumble. She literally just went.
Just caught her.
Bang.
Absolutely.
Caught her. Didn't even stumble back.
Incredible
or
strength.
anything like that. She just literally caught her. Smoke dropped her. Finish was great. Finish was perfect. Everything it needed to be. But the fact that there was like...
Yeah, there was nothing.
The heat was terrible. Alexa went for a leg, which I thought didn't work in... Like, do you know what I mean? Because
it kind of works as in you're trying to bring someone down because that's like it's a general thing to go
how
for
else would you go for it?
when it's David and Goliath. It's kind of like the only other time I've seen it done is when they go for which she did, and you go for the choke on the neck to cut the head to the which is still trying to get them down.
Good when you've got David and Goliath,
absolutely.
But it only works if the big guy is the heel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it doesn't really.
Then you finally get that bump on him, and then that's some heat there.
Yeah.
And it's like when the way that Alexa did a heat, it was just so boring and like badly timed and miscommunicated.
Yeah, I feel like she needed to get more heat. She needed to be a lot more crafty. Alexa. She needs to turn to being a bit more of a smarter heel.
Almost like sort of trying to like tie her up in the ropes or something like that.
She needs to do something a lot more like. I mean, I assume this is the end of this feud.
Even that DDT on the steps, it looked like Alexa really like backed out of it.
Yeah,
she didn't. Because she knew that like obviously it was a thingy move, and like whenever you're giving a like harsh move to someone, you are conscious of what you're doing, like rather than giving a normal DDT. But you could tell like that she just didn't really have a hooked in right, and then like thingy back. And Nia, when you see it, she literally had to smack her own bump. And take her a bump, and fair play, she took the bump like a boss, like because she just sprang straight back, and that was like it was quick for giving SRs and stuff. I just thought the match was awful.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great.
Awful.
I just think they're terrible rivals for each other. Alexa's too small.
Yeah.
To be feuding with Nia. Nia needs someone like Shayna Baszler to put a good match on with because she needs someone who looks like she could have her in a real fight. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
Well, I was gonna say Sonya Deville, but she's now on SmackDown, so it's gonna be someone like fucking
Ronda.
No, the other one. He's the game meat. Sarah Logan.
Even her seems too small.
Tamina Snuka.
Legit.
The promo after the match like really annoyed me as well.
The wedge.
The promo, like, and it's. I think it's so good that like she's
being this role model. Yeah, absolutely, it's great.
Role model, but. Given how horrible Marks can be, and when I say Marks, I mean the lad Marks.
Yeah,
you know what kind of Marks I'm talking about.
Yeah, they can be cons.
They're gonna be pricks about it. Like all the girls in the crowd will be like, "Oh," and then all the lads that watch it who get bullied at school will love it, and like the mums and dads will love it if the kids are getting bullied. But the Marks, who are the ones that are the loudest chanters, will just boo the shit out of her because WWE are making her.
Be towards the kids.
Yeah.
Like that's what I said. Like I can appreciate this.
Doing the BSR thing again now, aren't they?
Well, I can appreciate this storyline as it is for the kids, but like I can't get into it. Like, but that's because it's not aimed to someone like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. So I enjoyed the Miz and Seth Rollins because it was a phenomenal wrestling match, and that's what I like to see, and good storytelling.
Yeah.
Whereas this was purely bully versus victim.
And I don't like how Alexa Bliss is then coming out and saying that she's getting bullied, because if I watched that as not a first time ever tuning into wrestling, I'd think that Nia was the bad guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know, just looking at the size difference in the two of them, you'd think, oh, what a big bad bully. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't like that they've started.
But then I guess that's why they had to make her do that promo at the end. Was to just set that record straight.
Yeah,
I suppose so.
The next match was Jeff Hardy against Randy Orton for the United States title. I have one note for this match, which is it's great to see Jeff back in singles competition.
I hate Randy Orton now.
He's so lazy, isn't he?
Stale.
Really wrestles
so
like
stale.
Mind you, though, did you see how stiff Jeff Swanton was?
Yeah, landed. I've seen him landed like that before. He just landed boom, straight on him.
To though. He used
well,
to
no. Sometimes he. Well, it depends on where he lands, because if he lands with his shoulders on them, he'll roll across. But
he usually does.
Yeah, but he just like it depends on position and stuff. Because I've seen him land on people like that before.
I think he's trying to do it now more to protect himself because he's getting a bit older.
True, but he did land on I think a couple of inches over. It would have been fine, but he did just land smack on top of him.
It was really hard.
But Orton's taken a swanton when he off a scaffolding. So I mean, it's
there's nothing new for him.
He's taken worse swantons in his life.
I think that Randy Orton made Jeff look really bad though, because. As somebody who's like, I'm Jeff Hardy's like literal #1 fan. Like he's who I grew up watching.
Same.
And he's really good. He has a lot of stuff to do. He has a lot of shit to get in. Really high flying and stuff. even though he's getting old, I still think he's the same Jeff Hardy that he was. He's never been really charismatic. He's always let his wrestling do the talking for him. He hadn't really needed a proper gimmick. So, but I think that Randy Orton used to have like that bit of a cocky fucker gimmick, and now he's just like he literally
He's just been left.
He does not want to be
He's
there.
been left to the wayside. He doesn't have anything. Like he's not been in the main event for a while. He's not
He's
been
still
given
getting
any
paid by him,
storylines. Oh yeah, well he's just getting because he's a star though, isn't he? So he's essentially there in the same capacity now, just to work with the younger lads and not younger with Jeff Hardy, but I mean.
That's why I kind of expected that's why I kind of expected more from him out of this match with Jeff.
Yeah, true. This is the first time they've
together-
met in 10 years.
But they've worked
in the
together
ring.
so many times prior to this. You know, when WWE was at peak, so to speak, and it's just like he made him look, he shot on him. He made him look rubbish. How did let him get anything in?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
True. That's that. Then we had what was possibly the greatest thing about this night was the Elias segment.
Oh, it was great.
Amazing. Absolutely fucking brilliant.
I love Elias.
It was so good. Just got
Everything Elias does
interrupted.
is gold.
He doesn't even have to wrestle, and he's just so hated. He's just brilliant. Like he literally he got a boo yay chant from stepping from one place to the next. I was like, genius.
He's just walking charisma.
He's fantastic.
And I love the way in NXT he was like in the background. He just turned up in the crowd playing guitar, and everyone hated him. He did that when he first came up to the main roster, and then in a couple of months, pretty much, he's become one of the biggest stars.
Yeah, he's brilliant
by playing guitar.
Absolutely
He
brilliant.
doesn't even have to wrestle, does he? Just
turns up.
Yeah.
Just turns up. That's all I've got to say about that. And then Bobby Roode came out and DDT'd him. Glorious DDT'd him, should I say. And so that'll probably lead to a feud at some point, I imagine.
Most likely.
The next match was Daniel Bryan against Big Cass.
Oh, God.
Didn't even
Wow.
skip this.
Match was alright. Cass then attacked Bryan after the match. That was literally it.
Daniel Bryan couldn't get a good match out of Big Cass.
No. Literally, that's literally all I've got.
Big Cass needs to be, if they're going to book him as a heel, he needs to be one of those heels that just lets, like, where people book bump monkeys and jobbers for him.
Yeah.
Because he's that big.
Yeah.
And he's got the size. And he can throw people around. Putting him against someone as credible as Daniel Bryan,
Yeah.
who everybody knows how good he is, ain't going to get him over.
It didn't help either of them.
No.
No, he
I don't know why they didn't put Cass against a job guy, because he's obviously still a bit rusty.
Yeah.
He's been out for what?
'Cause
How long
people-
What
now?
he needs is a Ryback push.
People will
Gentlemen.
probably start marking out for Big Cass, despite the fact he's a heel, if they start booking him the way that they booked Braun Strowman when he first came up. Because he looks like the blonde-haired Braun Strowman.
It's true, because Braun, when he was back squashing James Ellsworth those days, that was a Ryback push when Ryback was proper over.
Excuse me. That was a Goldberg push.
It was a Ryback push.
Excuse me.
Ryback invented it.
Ryback did invent it.
Pretty sure.
Ryback invented it.
I'm pretty sure that's a Goldberg push.
Ryback invented everything.
God,
To be fair,
it's a Goldberg push.
if you're talking modern day, Ryback came out every week. There was two local people one local guy in the ring, didn't get an entrance, he came out and he squashed him.
Yeah.
And like that, it worked for Braun, it can work for Big Cass.
It can work for anyone.
They just need to do it.
People just love seeing people get battered.
And as long as Big Cass keeps
Tails
coming out
on
and
the side.
standing in front of the sea on the Titantron, I'm
Yeah.
happy.
I just think
Big
it did not
ass.
suit for him with Daniel Bryan, because everyone's like, Daniel Bryan's really good. So even though he's only like 5'6", 5'7", and realistically they should be bringing 5'6" guys in for Cass to squash. Somebody like Daniel Bryan with that much credibility, built up to be that big, isn't going to happen.
No.
It's not going to get either of them over, because it's like, oh well, we kind of expect. No matter who wins, the crowd will go, oh that was obvious. Because if Cass wins, it's, oh that was obvious, he's bigger than him. Bryan wins, it's, oh that was obvious, Bryan's a really good wrestler.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
possibly the most over person on the roster right now
Exactly.
because he's come back. There we go. Daniel Bryan picked up the victory there. Next up was for the SmackDown Women's Championship was Charlotte Flair against Carmella. I literally have one note for this, which is finish was weak, but it wasn't too bad of a match. The
I like the finish.
finish was so weak. Like if
It looked like they ran out of time.
Yeah, like, alright, just jump off the top and I'll
It was
knee,
pathetic.
and then I'll catch you with a super kick. Okay.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. If they'd have, you know what? If they'd have targeted the knee from the start, and then she jumped off the top, and then she like super kicked a knee, and then her in the face, and then pinned her, it would have been great. It would have been great storytelling. She's targeted a knee. No. Carmella just beat Charlotte Flair clean as a whistle.
I feel like Carmella's a really good heel as champion. Like, really, really good. But the way that she wrestles is still kind of like a 2007 diva.
Yeah.
Do you know what this reminded me of?
Yeah.
It was kind of, and it's interesting really considering the history they've got. Do you remember Enzo when he was Cruiserweight champion?
Yeah.
This was exactly how Enzo wrestled. It was they'd come out, all he did, when in his match with Neville, when he won the championship, Neville battered him for the entire match. He got a tiny little bit of offense in, he low-blowed him at the end when the ref wasn't looking, and he rolled him up. It was exactly the same finish.
More or less, yeah.
More or less. And it's just a stupid way of booking your heel champion. Heels doesn't have to mean weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
it
true.
should be.
Very true.
You take advantage of things as a heel, but you still need to be a competent wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's all we've got to say on that match, really.
I
isn't
reckon
it?
so.
Next up, which we're going to have a lot more to say on, was for the WWE title, and it was a no disqualification match. Shinsuke Nakamura against AJ Styles. No contest. Double
Bullshit
count down.
finish.
This was so stupid, man.
Ridiculous.
These are two of the most talented wrestlers in the world right now. They were doing the work of their careers in NJPW. If you'd have told them before they came over from Japan to WWE, you're going to be in a match in 2 years from now where you both boot each other in the nads and can't get up,
And that's the finish.
they wouldn't have come back over. They'd have said, "No, I'll stay here, thanks."
It's ridiculous. Honest to God, I had such high hopes for this match with it being no DQ. It was like, finally we're going to get the payoff. Nakamura's going to, they're going to finally put the belt on Nakamura. But no, and it's like, well, what is the point? It's just so bad. I had a lot of time
Double low blow.
finish.
And as well, they'd already done a double low blow where they got up on 9, so why did the second one?
Well, they did it once, then they did it again, and then they both did it to each other at the same time.
Yeah, but why? No, I don't like that.
I could have seen it. I'd have been okay with it if I hadn't have done the thing. Because if Nakamura had hit AJ and then AJ hit him with one back, it's like, good, taste your own medicine. Go ahead. And then to have the double finish was
I'm bored.
bollocks.
I'm bored of the low blows as well.
I'm sure AJ's bored of it as well.
Yeah. Thank God he's already got 4 kids. He's not having any
He's not
more.
having any more, mate.
Jesus.
It's just to be fair though, when you're saying why did they stay down after the third one, it's because it really hurts.
Yeah. True, it does really hurt.
I can kind of see the logic in it.
Maybe as a female, I can't.
You wouldn't. Not yet. No.
Empathise.
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
Well, not even.
When you get a dick.
When I'm 30, I'll find out.
But yeah, just bollocks. Absolute bollocks.
Absolutely,
Literally.
Literally bollocks. I can only assume they're going to have another rematch at Money in the Bank. It's the only.
Shinsuke needs to win.
He does. If honest to God, if they don't have a proper payoff for this, Shinsuke Nakamura may as well go back to Japan. If he doesn't win the
probably will.
title, I hope he does. Freaking hell, he'd do much better work.
I hope AJ does, to be fair.
No, AJ's doing all right. To be fair,
He's not.
apart from it's just
Apart from
this
this
story.
feud.
It's just this storyline.
Yeah.
This
Jinder
feud.
Mahal was a better WWE champion than AJ Styles is in this current
Ooh, that's no, absolutely not.
He
His
is.
booking was better.
Well, you say better.
He's more interesting.
It's because everyone hated him.
Yeah.
But
more interesting.
that writes its own storyline. AJ Styles is just
Boring.
he's there, but no, he's not.
I'm a southern boy, I'm a good wrestler, I'm the champion. That's the only story. That's it.
It's 'cause, but that's not his fault though. He's not being given storylines.
That's fine, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying Jinder was more interesting as a champion. There was more substance to it. You can't just coast off, I'm a good wrestler. That's your only storyline. It doesn't work in today's WWE. You need a character to go with it, and AJ just doesn't have one.
Yeah, but actually there was an interesting video that I saw. I think it was a What Culture video that nobody has a character these days.
They do.
No, they have a brand. Nobody has an actual character. Nobody has reasons for why they do anything. Nobody is given.
Flair.
Not many people are given reasons for why they do stuff. But even Charlotte's like,
She's the fucking daughter of Ric Flair.
Yeah, but that's her only.
She's wrestling.
They're her only motivations.
Yeah,
That's
but
her only
she's
one
He
going
was no
towards it.
motivation for doing the things he did. He talked about it every damn week when he
Yeah,
was champion.
this is the thing. He got mic time. Nobody else gets mic time anymore.
Everyone gets mic time. Raw's 3 hours long. How
Yeah,
else
and
do
still
you feel
nobody,
it?
and not many
The
other
Miz?
people get. Miz gets mic time. He's doing all right. Rollins gets the occasional bit of
Roman
mic time.
Reigns never gets mic time.
Reigns got a fair bit of mic time last night.
And when he does it's his really shitty promos anyway, and he's still got his own.
He gets mic. But I'm talking about
You
other
can't-
people
you
and stuff like
can't-
that.
You can't say it's a new thing. Look
No,
at the
there's
Attitude
just-
Era. Look at all the pointless characters that were in the Attitude Era.
Croft goes off on one.
Why was Goldust doing the stuff he was doing? Because he was mental.
Sometimes I
He was
wish
trying
we
to get
recorded this
Exactly,
so you
that's what
could see
everyone's
you do these faces. And then Croft like really off on one, like I'm in the right here and you look fuming now. Like I love it when that happens.
I've seen the video. It's just like I saw this video and I agreed that it's just like that. Not many. There's not a lot of promo to. But even like other thing in the Attitude Era, they weren't heavily scripted promos.
Mm-hmm.
They were some of the time. The majority of the time, they were the wrestlers putting themselves over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with a little bit of input here and there. Nowadays, it is, you're saying this is your character, make it work. Some guys, they do. Like, Breezango and stuff like that. Like, that's,
So they do have a character, it's
You
just
do know they're
crafted
allowed
for them
to-
by a marketing team.
You
but
do
it's-
know that they're allowed to put across their own thingy though. Naomi.
Oh, yeah, of
put
course
across
they
their
are.
own
But,
glove thing.
like... But
I think the point you're trying to make here, Key, is that the characters aren't an extension of themselves anymore.
they're not fully... I just don't think they're not as
someone
fully
thought-
fleshed out.
Someone thought up, you are going to be like this.
Yeah.
The only person who I
And therefore
think
it's not,
of
like, coming
who,
across.
Like, because she genuinely did come up with it herself, and I think she is like that in real life, is Naomi. Like, she is really, like, all about, like, things that are really luminous, and, like, she's a dancer.
Things
I'm
that
really about things that go on.
No, but she is though. Have you seen her Instagram? And you've seen like the stuff that she wears, like during the day, like when
Maybe
she's
she's
not
just all
wrestling.
about that safety on site.
Yeah.
3-point PPE, mate. High vis.
Just,
So I
vis.
think she lives her gimmick. Like I don't think that WWE created that for her and said, "This is it, you make it work."
Well, no, as you said, she put that across.
yeah,
She's
but
put that
that's
across.
what I mean,
But then there's not many. But then it doesn't seem to be that there's many other people doing that. But anyway,
But, I mean,
this is
you don't
possibly a
need
whole thing.
character,
For
do you?
Yeah,
Well, why did The Rock do what he did in the 90s?
that's
and
still a
early
character.
2000s?
That's still a character.
Is it?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
He was still. It was the character of The Rock.
Yeah.
How?
It was the character of Stone Cold.
Yeah.
It was things of themselves.
They
They were
weren't,
same thing
they,
come back
weren't,
to
they weren't the
themselves.
characters, they were the brands of The Rock and Stone Cold. He was the people's champion. He was the Brahma Bull. How much merch did he sell with all that?
A lot.
A lot. It was his brand. Just like people are doing today, it's always been the same.
It's all, but it's not as okay. It's always been the same, but it's not as good now.
I think
It's not
I
working
think
as well.
I think it's just nostalgia that people are looking back.
It's not working as well. I will send you the video. They explain it a lot better than I've done anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, our main event of the match. Fuck you. He's better than the WWE title. Roman Reigns goes on last against Samoa Joe.
Oh, this was daft.
Not asked at all. Skipped through this match. Saw the finish. Honestly, God, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the. I was eager to know the results. That's all I was really asked about anyway. Saw the results. Saw this. Skipped through this match. Saw the finish. To me, it looked like there was a ton of submission holds from Joe. There wasn't a whole lot of interesting things that happened. Joe went to get him up for a muscle buster. Held him on, tucked his head for what seemed about 5 minutes. Said something in his ear. Roman jumped over, speared him. End of match. Done. Fuck
What
all.
was this for?
Fuck all.
It's not for a
It was
Universal
just- no,
title
it's just
shot.
a match.
Fuck all. Because Joe called him out a couple of weeks ago and said, after Greatest Royal Rumble, no matter what happens, I'll be waiting for you at Backlash.
Imagine this, though, like, fucking you come back from injury, being Samoa Joe.
And you get fed to
You
Roman Reigns.
yeah, and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to kick your ass, Roman Reigns, at Backlash.
You can't get it done.
I'm back now.
They
I'm
so
boss.
should have had him lose
And then he
here.
loses.
I hated myself. I was the only one who got this prediction right, and I hate myself for it.
Because we all thought, surely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just not giving up on him. They're not giving up on
The
him.
story would have been
You
better
keep
if Roman
saying
if
that.
Roman lost.
They're not.
Yeah. What Roman?
Yeah.
They had him lose at WrestleMania
And Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, then why not have him lose to Joe?
after kicking out of
5 F5s.
5 F5s.
So they're not giving up on him.
They're not giving up on him.
They still had him lose.
Yeah.
They had him lose at Greatest Royal Rumble. And they had
Unjust.
him lose last night.
The only reason they've had
That's a
him
better
lose...
story, though, isn't it? Because now he's, like, lost his way. And Joe's like, yeah, I'm better than you. That's more to go with than, oh no.
Yeah, if he'd have lost to Joe, the loss last night would have made even more sense.
The only reason...
Because he just keeps losing now.
The only reason that they had Roman lose at Mania and then a Greatest Royal Rumble is because Brock was willing to stick around for a bit more, and Brock's a bigger draw for them. That's the only reason. If Brock was going to go somewhere...
Roman Reigns arrived,
Brock sells
according
more
to...
merch than Roman Reigns. This is genuine.
I don't know, but he probably sells more tickets.
Merch, but he definitely sells more tickets.
Yeah.
Do you
They
really?
make more money.
Easily.
So the casual fan will know more who Brock Lesnar is.
I think I watched this video. This may have been from OSW actually. Roman Reigns arrived at the Superdome believing he was winning the title, being told for ages he was winning the title. Got told on the day he wasn't winning.
What?
It got changed during the week because Brock signed the deal on the day of
It's
WrestleMania.
the only reason he keeps losing.
True.
So Roman was meant to win that match,
Yeah.
and you got told beforehand.
And the one at Greatest Rumble.
Oh, did you not know?
I'd say the plan was all the way leading up got changed somewhere in the week of WrestleMania week, and then he only got told at the Superdome.
Oh, you'd be fuming, one. Yeah.
I heard rumours it was mid-match.
No, the ref got told just before the match happened.
Oh, really?
Literally, as the ref got to the ring, that's when the ref was told.
Apparently Vince was listening to crowd reactions while they were showing the promo packages. Whenever Reigns came up and they got boos, he was like, right, it's not getting cheered now.
The best one was someone in the back thought they were chanting, "This is awesome," so Vince said, right, turn it up. They were actually chanting, "This is awful," so for a very brief moment in the audio you hear, "This is awful, this is awful."
Really? Was that at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I clocked that. Even at 5 in the morning, I clocked that.
I
was too fuming.
It was so funny.
I still hated the Nicholas thing back then.
You still triggered.
I like
Very
it
much
now.
Triggered. Yeah, no, now it's actually quite.
Now that I had some sleep.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think we've agreed that we're not doing straight after
No.
again. We're definitely going to have to get some sleep and do it in the morning.
Definitely.
Definitely, that's what's going to happen after the next live one. But there we go.
When is the next live one? Is it Money in the Bank? Did we agree that we're watching the Big Six or something instead of the
Big Five?
Four?
Maybe I'll see what the schedules are. If not, it'll definitely be SummerSlam. But there we go. That was Backlash. Thoughts?
Shite.
It was awful, wasn't it? It was just awful. Money in the Bank's next, so Money in the Bank is always good because it's got the Money in the Bank ladder match on
Yeah,
it.
I always
Do we
enjoy
think-
Money in the Bank.
Do we think Backlash could potentially be worst pay-per-view of this decade?
No, there's definitely been
No.
worse.
What was worse?
We've covered worse.
Backlash last year.
Do you
One
reckon?
of the fast lanes.
Fast
is really
lanes have
bad.
been
Yeah, I
terrible.
suppose so.
Battleground with the fucking flag match.
Hey, that was fun.
That's all I've got to say on that matter.
Yeah, I think I'm only saying that.
It's
'cause I'm salty.
definitely down there with
Yeah.
Oh, it's down there.
amongst the
It's in the
worst.
top
Oh,
10%,
it's down
I would say.
there.
But
Apart from the first
Bob's-
match. First match was amazing.
If that match had
Rollins
been
and-
shit, I would
Rollins
have said
and Miz.
definitely the worst pay-per-view, but
There's been matches where pay-per-views where every match.
There's been a
good.
theme with a lot of the things we've covered. Where the first match tends to be really good, and then the rest of them tend to be a bit shit.
thing is as well, they're really long now as well, so it's just an endurance. Some
Yeah,
of it.
3.5 hours that was.
That's why I don't watch them live anymore.
But there we go. That was Backlash. So just looking ahead very briefly, after last night's Raw, we're recording this on a Tuesday, as you'll know, because it's coming out tonight. So last night's Raw, we found out the first 3 competitors in Money in the Bank matches, 2 in the men's, 1 in the women's. So Braun and Finn are in the men's Money in the Bank match, and Ember Moon is in the women's. Now I assume
I
with
think
them,
Finn will win it.
yeah, I hope Finn
Yeah.
wins
I
it.
hope so.
I assume with them doing it like this, it means we're going to have some more on SmackDown tonight, some more
Yeah, there
qualifiers.
is.
So therefore, they're going back to how it was originally done with when the brand split happened, or how it became to be, where they have guys from both sides,
Yep.
and then they can cash in for either title.
Do you know what I really hope happens in the men's one? I hope Finn's all, I'm a face going into it, and then I hope a face is going for it, and
And
I
he
absolutely
turns.
twat him.
Yeah,
Like,
I
them
think
and
no
takes
matter
it.
who qualifies for it now, even if like bloody did Braun qualify?
Braun's
Yeah,
qualified.
Oh, Braun's, like I think that Finn will beat Braun. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, I think Finn's
Finn
got it in mind.
needs
No
it.
matter who, even if we had like Edge come back
Yeah.
from injury, I still think Finn needs the win.
He does.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank is the only thing that's saving him at this point, I think.
He's never really recovered from
Universal.
when he had to relinquish the title last time.
Can you imagine if Finn hadn't have got injured? Like
yeah,
the
how different it would have been.
The heights he would be at right now.
I know.
Like that was the end of the Roman experiment when Finn won it.
Yeah, I know.
That was the end of
Yeah,
it.
it was.
Then he got injured,
And
and then they were like, oh shit, actually, we should probably keep him around for a bit longer.
Mind you, though, you say the heights he could have been at. Kevin Owens was Universal Champion for 180 days, and he's not won a match since February on TV.
That's very true.
He
This is
pissed
true.
off Vince McMahon though.
That's true.
He did, yeah.
That's true.
But
Jim Cornette tried to warn him.
What?
Jim Cornette and Kevin Owens hate each other because basically Jim Cornette, when he was running Ring of Honor, basically bollocked Kevin Owens like every week, going, you need to change your attitude, do this, do that. And Kevin Owens just was like, no, I'm not doing any of that. So now they've got like heat because
Vince bollocked Kevin. They had the big fallout at WrestleMania.
yeah, it was on
When?
365.
There's more detail of it in an article that I read where when he did, you know, the finger thing for the rope break. When he came back
was against Jericho,
Vince
wasn't
was
it?
like, "Don't fucking speak to me." And then he was like, "What's up?" And then when he finally did go speak to him, which I don't think you saw on the
No, you don't. Because he just,
Ah.
on the 365 thing, he goes up to him and says, are we cool? It's like, no, we're not.
Yeah, and he says Vince said to him, "You did that for a bit of humour. It wasn't funny. For a cheap pop from the crowd. Not what I asked you to do in the match. Don't fucking pull a blind like that on me again." And he was like really not happy. I found that out off. I found out things about that off James Drake,
Oh, really?
who was telling everybody about it because somebody did. No, it wasn't James Drake. It was Nathan Cruz because it was at NGW.
Oh,
Sorry, I got that wrong.
your boy.
It was Nathan Cruz at NGW because I was against the lad and he was doing a near fall and he put his hand on the ropes and he was like, "Oh, I thought it was really funny." Like I popped for it. He was like, "But in WWE," and then he told us this thing and then I went home and like looked up on it and he was
there you
like,
go. Wow.
"Fucking hell."
There we go.
Vince was really happy, so I'm not surprised that he's
No, same.
put on a bit
So
of a
there we
losing
go.
streak.
Well, there we go.
Speaking
But,
of the Universal title, though, in story, Universal title does not have a rematch clause.
What?
None of the previous winners have got the rematch.
very true.
I think it'd be nice if they ran with that.
Yeah, it would be cool.
I think the whole rematch
I don't
thing has
even
always
think
been
they
daft,
realised.
really, isn't it?
No one's got one. Finn didn't get one. Kevin Owens didn't get one. Goldberg didn't, obviously. And
I think it's just the way it's rolled, hasn't it? Because there was no, like, Finn didn't get one because he was injured, and by the time he come back, you know, he was shuffled into the deck. Kevin Owens didn't get one because there was no way Goldberg was going to wrestle again on like Raw or something. So they had to save it for, and then he lost to Lesnar, who's held it ever since. Bloody hell!
I think.
And then I don't think. I think that'd be nice. I mean, they won't, absolutely won't, because that's not WWE's way. It would be nice, but they won't.
There is the top.
But it remains to be seen.
Be cool.
Remains to be seen. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, folks. We have been A Few Good Marks. We will see you next week with our Tag Teams and Stables podcast, where we discuss our top 10 tag teams of all time. It's a cracker. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye then.
Patreon!